know, there's so much to love about a fresh loaf of homemade sourdough, but a few add-ins can make your basic loaf next level. For a more flavorful, fun, and personalized touch, and our sourdough friend Scott Hutchins is our teacher today. We are talking about how everyone loves sourdough. Well, I feel like most people do. So why add a mix-in? It just elevates it even more.
It does. You know, sourdough bread is so great on its own. And when you think about it, it's just flour, water, and salt. And it makes this amazing bread. But I've learned that just by adding a few add-ins can change it from amazing bread to like this incredible tasty treat that is so fantastic. So
okay, so before everyone goes and throws whatever they want in, are there certain add-ins we're looking for that's going to add like flavor or texture that's going to make it just perfect?
yeah, you know, there's so many different options out there. It really depends on what you like. I have found though that when it comes to the add-ins, that nothing can really top a chocolate sourdough. And a lot of people, at first when they hear that, they go, I don't know how that would be, but when you try it,
oh, not me.
You'll never.
I feel like you can throw chocolate in anything and it's going to make it better.
It does. The chocolate in the sourdough bread, it kind of turns it into almost like a sweet croissant flavor, especially toasted. But the cinnamon chips.
You like those too?
It's almost like a cinnamon roll, and it's in this incredible sourdough bread. It's tough to beat.
Okay, so you mentioned the chocolate and cinnamon. Are those your favorites? Because I was going to say you've been doing some like taste testing, experimenting. What did you find? Are those the top two for you?
Definitely top two for me.
Okay.
But as you can see here, I've also included a jalapeno cheddar that is a fan favorite for so many people. And what's really interesting is people get all hung up on the complexities of making sourdough bread, but really, it is kind of simple once you understand it, and adding these flavors is so easy. It just is one little step, and we'll show you how to do it in just a few minutes.
So let's do it. We start with the basic recipe, which you said 3 ingredients.
3 ingredients.
And that's what we're looking at here.
Yeah, so the 3 ingredients are salt, water, and flour, and that's it. And some people say, well, yeah, what about starter? Starter's a big part of it.
Everyone's always talking about the starters. You have to explain this to like the person who hasn't made it before. So I need a starter before I can actually make bread.
The key to this bread is the starter. And the starter is made up of flour and water. And all it is fermented flour and water. And it takes the natural wild yeast in your kitchen and the really healthy bacteria that's in your kitchen, and it feasts on this flour and water concoction, and the byproduct of all that eating is the CO2 gas that makes it all bubbly. That's what gives this bread its beautiful rise. And so we've got the dough here, and I'll just show you. Once we've made the dough, we do a series of stretch and folds on this dough, and
instead good consistency.
Yes, instead of just folding it up and getting it ready for our bulk rise, we're just going to add a few ingredients to it. Look how easy this is. So I stretch it out. I'm just going to add some chocolate chips, and I prefer a semi-sweet chocolate chip. So I'll just add these in here like this. It's so easy. And then I'll fold this in.
Okay.
And see, we got some new fresh dough here, so I'm going to add some
why not?
here. Yeah, keep it coming. There's plenty of room for more.
Okay, so he just folded it in for us, and now you're adding more.
Yep, and then I'm going to fold it in thirds again, and I can even add a few more here and just kind of try to even them out a little bit, but it's just so simple. And then I'm just going to roll this up, and you can see when I roll this into a nice tight ball, it's now ready for the bulk rise. You can see the chips here.
Yeah.
So now I'm just going to put it right back into this bowl. I'm going to put the lid on it, and check this out. I'm going to leave it on my counter now for the next probably 6 hours, depending on the temperature of my kitchen. And this is going to double in size. It's going to look like this.
Okay, but this is what we're looking at when it's all risen. And they didn't sink. Sometimes with bread, those chocolate chips sink, not in this case.
It rises around those chocolate chips, and now it's ready to bake. And so this will go right into the Dutch oven, and it'll come out looking a lot like that right there.
Well, it looks fantastic. You're a good teacher. I learned some stuff today. People can take classes from you. How do they do that?
Yeah, so I started off just making all this bread as kind of I was just kind of an enthusiast, and I was absolutely obsessed with the starter. And it's turned into this business where people now buy bread from me. But my favorite thing is teaching these classes. And I teach classes all up and down the Wasatch Front. And if you just go to my Instagram, Scott Spread, it's pretty easy, Scott Spread.
Scott Spread.
You can send me a DM and I'll schedule a class. I come to you.
Okay, that's
I come
fine.
to your place and I bring everything you need for the classes, and we just have a great time. It's such a great girls' night out
I love
experience. So
That would
yeah,
be a fun birthday gift. I'm thinking. Okay,
It's a
Scott,
lot of fun.
thank you so much. I'm going to save me a piece of that chocolate chip.
it's all yours.
Okay.
Thank you, Amy.
All right. Well, you can find a variety of unique food ideas on the Studio 5 website, and we hope the recipes tab is a helpful resource for you and your family. You know, we share breakfast, lunch, dinner, and dessert recipes all on our website, studio5.ksl.com.